Do you think King Von would care that you're telling his stories?
I think that in the way that I'm telling his stories now, yeah, King Von, he would love that I'm doing it. And because he sees when a man dies, all is revealed to him. So when he died and he saw that, oh man, if you ever heard about heaven and hell, and now you see that this is real, like if y'all haven't, it's a story in the Bible called Lazarus and the Poor Man. And this story should reveal to y'all a lot. It was a poor man, right? And Lazarus was a rich man. And the poor man would always go to the rich man's house just begging for things. But all he could get was basically the dog licking his sores. And that was basically all he could get. So he left virtually with nothing. It was a rich man, great substance. He never had anything. Anyway, they both died. And Lazarus is in hell, and the poor man is in a place called Abraham's bosom. The bosom is like the chest part. This is some spiritual stuff that, was in effect before Christ, died, and because he went into the bosom, took everybody out. Anyway, so the rich man was in the state called hell, but the poor man was in a state called like heaven. It would be like a heaven. And the rich man yelled over to the poor to Christ, and he was like, could you please have the poor man dip his finger in a bit of water to put it on my tongue? And Christ was saying no. He told him like no. And then after that, Lazarus was like, well, please can you send the poor man to at least warn the people that warn my family, warn my friends about this place called hell, warn them and tell them that it is real. But then Christ was like, nah, if they want to believe about heaven or hell, they got the prophets at which that the Most High put in the world. So if they want to believe, they got to believe through them. I say that story to say that we know the lifestyle that Von lived. Whether you love him or not, you have to be honest with, we don't get to say who goes to heaven or hell unless you read the Bible and unless you come with that concrete fact that is in there. You live a lifestyle of inequity, we know where they go. We know, again, what the lifestyle that Von lived. So based off the lifestyle he lived, based off me having interactions with him as a kid, asking him, do you even believe in God? Him telling me no, I'm not saying he didn't come around, but don't think that you can repent on your deathbed and be forgiven. It don't work like that. You ain't tricking God. You ain't playing God like that. I know Von's heart. I know what he had a heart to do, and that's why he did all the things that he done. But I said that story solely to tell people that if Von could come or send a message to those he loved, send a message to his friends about what he's experiencing right now, he would. Many people, being who y'all is and what y'all think Von would say, man, when you dead and all the laughs and the giggles and it's really real, where you don't have free will no more. You don't think a person that loved as deeply as Von did would really want to be like, hey, bro, it's real. We thought that was real. That was a distraction. That was to get us here. Satan, who can never enter heaven ever again, is his only job is to pervert the mind of a man, to pervert everything that a man sees to trick you out of your spot. Don't matter what your ethnicity is, your color, your background. He has a job. He has a duty. And that is so that every man, if I'm going to hell, I don't want you to experience the greater things in life. I want you to think that the best is what you see is what you're living in. And that's what everybody pretty much is stuck in. So that's why they want to tell me that Von is in heaven and this and that. But go read the Bible for yourself and you will see that not nearly the people that y'all swear up and down went to heaven is going to heaven. Not nearly.
You had mentioned one of the funnest days with Von. We hear a lot about the negative stuff, Well, so what happened in that day that made it such a good day? Can you kind of take me through it?
Yeah, it wasn't nothing long. It wasn't long, but it was just Von them. They moved to like the suburbs, and me, Baushan, and Von came to the block. Man, he got us. He scooped us up, and he took us out to where he lived at. And I say it was one of the funnest days, Cam, because it wasn't nothing like the regular days we had on the block. The fighting, the worrying about if somebody gonna come past, let some shots off. It was a day of peace. And I guess that peace was fun to me. Because eventually y'all know what I do. I would eventually change my life and go seeking for that very peace that I felt in that moment. I wanted for my whole entire life. I wanted my kids to grow up in that, my family to grow up in that, my friends to experience that. But it was fun only because it was peaceful, you know? And, you know, I had to see Von. I got a chance to see Von. Von was locked up for, like, I forget, but he used to get locked up for those gun cases. And, you know, that I think that was one of the times that he beat a murder trial. He beat the little murder case and whatnot. And so he was locked up for a long time at that point, man. And I love Von. Like, Von was somebody that, you know, he did what he did, you know, due to the lack of knowledge, but he had a heart of gold for those that he truly loved. It wasn't no mouth he wasn't willing to go to see you smile, bro. Like, and that stuck with me from him. And it's like, I know what he did, and it hurt me to say a lot of the truths about, like, you know, him being where I know he is, or, you know, it's tough. You feel me? But just going back to your question, man, yeah, that was one of the funnest days. It was peaceful, and we ain't had to worry about all the stuff that came with the block. We ain't had to worry about those issues, man. It was a good day. It was a good, peaceful day that I got to see, you know, my brother. And, you know, it's something that's going to forever stick with me because we ain't had many peaceful days like that. All our days was rooted in, boy, messing somebody else's day up.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.